Yay, it's unboxing day, bros. Advanced unboxing bro here. Sorry about that voice. It's a day where I buy crap, open it, give my initial thoughts about crap, then return crap because I think that's the only sustainable way to run an unboxing channel. I can't afford to buy stuff, but I like watching people who also can't afford to buy stuff because it makes me feel better about stuff. You're like, how many knives and flashlights do you own again? Get out. This is my channel, okay? So let's do another cheap knife review, this time for the Ganzo, yeah, you knew it, Firebird F753m1. Now, some time ago, I bought the G753, which is sort of just a remix of the ProTech TR5 tactical knife, but I never did a review because a lot of other people did, and I probably should have since Birdshots has 50,000 views and I have no knife review even over 20,000. So the F753m1 is like the G753 in construction and looks and everything except it's smaller in proportions. So let's check out the dimensions while this review slowly creeps up on the 10,000 view mark over the course of 3 years or 20. Weight and length. Yes, that's right, a Gonzo under 3 ounces. Holy crap. Blade length and cutting edge. Handle size. The grip area. Grip is a decent size, right? Then spine thickness and handle thickness. Now, Tovarish Works told me that more comparisons always help, so here we go. Check out his channel if you get a chance. Now, there's nothing wrong with heavy knives. Some men and women prefer them heavier. But a light knife is nicer to carry because you're less likely to feel it's there. And you always want to forget a knife's in your pocket, right? So let's look at the G753 for a second. Large handle, large blade, adds almost an ounce and a half. A little more room on the handle for your fingers, maybe probably about an inch. And a bit over half an inch of cutting edge is the advantage of that. Sorry, metric guys, you'll have to have Google ready for that one. So if you don't mind a bigger, heavier knife in the pocket and the bigger handle size and blade size are your thing, buy that instead. But this knife is more akin to the size of the Spyderco Delica and the Benchmade 940. Both of those knives are half an ounce-ish lighter. I mean under 3 and we're kind of splitting hairs, but the 940 and Delica have a slightly longer handle. The 940 has the biggest blade. Then the Gonzo has the next biggest blade. And the Delica for Wharncliffe has the nextest biggest blade, or smallest. It's shortest by a quarter of an inch of a cutting edge. I'm just guesstimating it. You're like, all those knives and you haven't renounced Satan in all of his works. No man, Gonzo made me an offer I can't refuse. You're like, when was the last time you've seen The Godfather? The offer is 5,000 views this year. Woo! Okay, the specs. The blade is 440C steel, which I think every Gonzo uses except the one I'm not thinking of and someone might correct me about. I have over a dozen Gonzos and they all use it. 440C is stainless steel that's a breeze to sharpen and holds its edge a decent amount. Occasionally, if I've chipped a Gonzo blade, but that's because I've been playing with knives and doing some dumb stuff and harder steel hit it. Seriously though, 5 minutes on the Spyderco Sharp Maker, watch my video if you haven't seen it, and you have a sharp as F edge. Because I forgot to bring it up earlier, the blade is a drop point flat grind. Although if you want to hear my opinion, it sort of looks like it's getting into clippish point territory. The lock. The lock is a G-lock or piston lock or whatever Gonzo calls the axis lock they put in their knives. That patent expired, right? That's what I read. And then people argued about it for 8 pages. It feels like a Benchmade axis lock, but it's a bit stiffer. Gonzos seem to be slightly less strong for batoning. Not, of course, that I've ever done that or would do that with a folding knife, just as a disclaimer. But be warned, these locks don't hold up to hard hits to the top of the blade. Regular use where I don't beat on the knife with a piece of wood, and the lock holds up just fine. The G-lock on this $12 Gonzo ain't as easy to deploy as the $200, whatever it costs, $941. There's something nice and more fluid about a good Benchmade axis lock. Not something you can quite put into words, obviously, but coincidentally not all axis locks are created equal on Gonzos and Benchmades. Some are stiffer, some are more fluid. Benchmades generally have a slight edge though, at least in my opinion. You can deploy a few different ways, like flicking with your thumb, like a regular old knife with the thumb studs. Gotta hit it harder than the 941. A touch of wrist action gets it there every time. You can also flick it open by just pulling back the axis lock. It's hard to do with one finger. I have to use my thumb and my pointer finger. Blade retention, when closed, is pretty good. You have to basically throw a pitch level of an arm flick to get the blade to deploy fully. It usually snaps back in though because of the detent. Detent seems fairly strong. Not the best ever, but probably one of the best I've seen on a Gonzo. The lighter blade helps. The handle has G10 scales on a skeletonized stainless steel liner. Once Gonzo, quote, invents nested liners, they'll take over the world. Or they won't if you visit any knife forum. I can fit my whole hand there, just a little crowding, but still a nice size. The G10 is lightly textured and adds grip, and the knife features an open-backed design. The pocket clip is reversible to a left or right side in a tip-up configuration only. It's thin and I can barely feel it in my pocket. You'll have plenty of room left over for your drugs or other knives. Sorry, I feel like my videos are a little too family-friendly now. Okay, some box dismemberment, and we'll finish up here. YouTube prefers clickbait titles, so I'm going to arbitrarily call this the best Ganzo ever. Sorry about that. I've not used every Ganzo ever, but I don't have to declare it. I declare bankruptcy because of all the knives and flashlights. It is by far the absolute lightest Ganzo I've ever handled. A Ganzo you can finally call lightweight for everyday carry. I actually see no reasons why you shouldn't buy it unless you need a bigger blade or are overcompensating. Both are valid reasons. It's like 12 bucks, man. You're like, how about you? Will it see much pocket rotation with you? Well, no, because I own expensive knives. Okay, I like the deployment on the Spyderco with the compression lock a little better, as well as the looks, and my Benchmade is pretty much a perfect and lighter everyday carry knife. I like a bit longer cutting edge than 3 inches, so there's that. Now, if Ganzo ever made a fast deploying and mid 3-ounce knife with an over 3-inch cutting edge, I would carry it then. Especially if they changed their name to Spyderco and made the knife $300. You hear that, Gonzo? Get on it. If you like this review, buy it at GearBest, who provided this $12 knife absolutely free of charge to me. And those thumbs down guys were like, I knew it! Boom! Sink it! Or probably already thumbs down it because Gonzo. You know, right? I know what's up. Like, subscribe, comment. And GearBest was really excited about a sale or something, so I'm putting a link down there that they were like, you need to share this. So, yeah, they asked me nicely. Alright, I know, I sold my soul. But if you don't want to do that, you can always watch one of these 4 videos here and, you know, do that instead if you rather not go to GearBest. Thanks for watching.